There are more than 8 billion people walking this earth. 8 billion different faces, dreams, stories, and paths crossing every single day. Yet somehow, the heart has a strange way of ignoring the noise and recognizing what truly matters. It doesn't search for perfection. It searches for peace. It searches for the one person who feels like home, even before you've met. Maybe you're still a stranger to me. Maybe we're living completely different lives right now, unaware that every choice we make is quietly leading us toward each other. But if destiny has written our names into the same story, then every delay has a purpose, every lesson has meaning, and every lonely night is preparing us for a love that will never need to pretend. Future wife, out of 8 billion people, I'll always choose you. Not because you'll be flawless, but because with you, I'll never have to be someone I'm not. In a world that constantly asks us to become more, I hope we become the place where each other can finally just be. And if you're somewhere out there wondering whether someone is waiting for you too, the answer is yes. I'm waiting, with patience, hope, and a heart that already believes in us, before we've even said our first hello. Imagine standing in a world filled with more than 8 billion people. Every street is crowded with strangers. Every city holds countless stories. Every face carries dreams, fears, victories, and invisible scars. From the outside, it seems impossible that one person could ever truly matter more than everyone else. Numbers make love seem insignificant. Logic says the chances are too small, but the heart has never cared about mathematics. Some people spend their entire lives chasing excitement. Others chase perfection. They search for someone who checks every box, someone who never makes mistakes, someone who always says the right words. Yet real love has never been about finding perfection. It has always been about finding peace. It is about meeting one person whose presence quiets the noise that the rest of the world cannot silence. Future wife, wherever you are today, I don't know your name. I don't know the road you're walking. I don't know the dreams you keep hidden from everyone around you. I don't know what has made you laugh until you cried, or what has broken your heart when no one was watching. But somehow, I believe your story matters to mine. Perhaps you're sitting alone right now, wondering if someone will ever understand you completely. Maybe you've convinced yourself that love only belongs to other people. Maybe life has taught you to expect disappointment before hope. Maybe you've become so used to protecting your heart that you've forgotten what it feels like to leave the door open. If that's true, I hope one day you discover that waiting is not the same as being forgotten. Some things take time because they are worth protecting. A seed buried beneath the earth is invisible for a long time, before anyone sees the first sign of life. During that hidden season, it appears as though nothing is happening. Yet beneath the surface, everything is changing. Roots are growing. Strength is forming. The future is preparing itself in silence. People often judge life by what they can see today. They forget that many beautiful things spend a long time becoming ready. Maybe our story is like that. Maybe every challenge we face separately is preparing us to appreciate each other differently than we ever could have before. Because if we had met too early, perhaps we wouldn't have recognized what we had. Sometimes timing protects love. I don't want to choose you because you're perfect. I want to choose you because real life is imperfect. There will be mornings when we're tired instead of cheerful, days when plans fall apart, moments when words come out wrong, seasons when life feels heavier than expected. None of those moments will define us if we remember why we chose each other in the first place. Love isn't proven during easy days. Love reveals itself when patience becomes more valuable than pride, when forgiveness becomes stronger than ego, when listening becomes more important than winning. I imagine a future where we don't have to perform for one another, a place where silence isn't uncomfortable, where laughter comes naturally, where home isn't defined by walls but by the feeling of knowing someone genuinely wants you there. The world often teaches us to impress people, but lasting love teaches us to become honest. I hope that when we finally meet, neither of us feels the need to pretend. You won't have to hide your fears. You won't have to disguise your imperfections. You won't have to become someone else just to keep my attention. Because the version of you that is real is the version worth knowing. There are billions of people in this world. Many will be successful. Many will be attractive. Many will be talented. Many will say beautiful words. but none of those things alone create a life together. A lasting relationship grows from ordinary moments, repeated with extraordinary care, sharing quiet evenings, helping each other after difficult days, celebrating small victories nobody else notices, holding hands without needing a reason, choosing kindness when frustration would be easier, looking at each other after years have passed, and still recognizing the person behind every change. Time changes faces, time changes dreams, time changes circumstances, but genuine commitment learns how to grow instead of disappear. I don't dream about finding someone who never changes. I dream about growing alongside someone whose heart continues choosing love, even while life changes around us. Perhaps you're becoming stronger right now without realizing it. Perhaps every disappointment you've survived has made your heart wiser. Perhaps every goodbye you've experienced is teaching you how precious a true hello will become. Life has a strange way of connecting people through experiences they never shared together. Two people can spend years apart, learning separate lessons, only to meet at exactly the moment those lessons finally make sense. If that's our story, then every delay has meaning. Every unanswered question has purpose. Every lonely chapter is quietly becoming part of something greater. One day, we may look back and realize that nothing was actually wasted. The waiting wasn't empty. The silence wasn't punishment. The distance wasn't rejection. It was preparation. Because some promises need time before they can be lived. Some meetings deserve the patience required to reach them. And if I truly have only one person I will spend this life beside, then every ordinary day before that meeting is simply another page leading toward the chapter where our lives finally begin together. There is a quiet misunderstanding that has found its way into many hearts. People believe that love begins the moment two perfect people find each other. But life has a different lesson. Love rarely arrives wrapped in perfection. It arrives in ordinary moments, carrying imperfect people who are simply willing to keep choosing one another. Future wife, I don't expect you to have every answer. I don't expect you to walk into my life without scars. In fact, I hope you don't. Because scars tell stories. They speak of battles survived, of tears that eventually dried, of strength that was earned instead of imagined. They remind us that being human is not about avoiding pain. It is about learning how to remain kind after experiencing it. I know there will be days when we misunderstand each other. There will be moments when silence feels easier than conversation. There will be times when exhaustion replaces excitement and routine replaces novelty. Those moments will not mean love has disappeared. They will simply remind us that love is no longer living in fantasy. It has entered real life. Real life asks different questions. Can you stay gentle when you're frustrated? Can you listen instead of preparing your next argument? Can you apologize without feeling smaller? Can you forgive without keeping score? Can you celebrate your partner's victories without comparing them to your own? These are the moments where love quietly becomes something stronger than emotion. Feelings rise and fall like waves, but commitment is the shore that remains even when the water changes. I hope our relationship is never measured only by grand gestures. Flowers fade. Expensive gifts lose their shine. Perfect photographs capture only a second. What lasts is the everyday decision to care, making coffee for one another without being asked. Remembering the little things that matter, checking in after a difficult day, holding a hand during uncertain moments, laughing over mistakes instead of turning them into battles. These simple acts become the language of a lasting relationship. I want us to create a place where honesty feels safe, a place where neither of us has to wear a mask. The world already asks enough of us. It asks us to compete, to impress, to prove ourselves over and over again. Home should be different. Home should be where we finally exhale. If you are afraid, tell me. If you are overwhelmed, tell me. If you need time, tell me. If you need support, let me stand beside you. Love is not about reading minds. It is about opening hearts. I don't want us to become strangers living under the same roof. I want us to remain curious about each other, even after years have passed. I want to keep asking about your dreams, your thoughts, the things that make you smile, and the things that quietly weigh on your heart. Because people continue to grow, and love grows strongest when it grows with them. There may be seasons when life tests us. Unexpected loss, financial struggles, disappointment, illness, or moments when the future feels uncertain. I don't want those seasons to become walls between us. I want them to become reminders that two people standing together are stronger than either one standing alone. Patience is not passive. It is active hope. It is choosing understanding before judgment. It is believing that difficult moments are chapters, not the whole story. Every strong relationship is built one patient choice at a time, until those choices become a foundation that nothing can easily shake. Future wife, wherever life has taken you today, I hope you never feel that your story is unfolding alone. Even if our paths have not crossed yet, I believe every meaningful relationship begins long before two people meet. It begins in the quiet ways life shapes us, through the lessons we never asked for, the disappointments we somehow survived, and the hope we refuse to let go of. One day, we may sit together and tell each other about the years before we met. We'll laugh at the strange turns life took. We'll realize that some of the moments we once called setbacks were actually protecting us from becoming the wrong people for each other. Every delay carried a lesson. Every closed door quietly redirected our steps toward something better. I don't dream about a perfect future. I dream about a real one. A future where we wake up grateful, not because every day is easy, but because we face each day together. Where success is measured less by what we own and more by the peace we create inside our home. A place where kindness is never rare, where respect never fades with familiarity, and where love continues to grow through the ordinary rhythms of life. I hope we never stop appreciating the smallest moments, watching the sunrise without saying a word, sharing dinner after a long day, walking side by side with no destination in mind, smiling at each other from across the room for no reason other than remembering how fortunate we are to have found one another. These moments may never appear extraordinary to the world, but they become the memories that quietly build a lifetime. There will be seasons when life moves quickly. Responsibilities will demand our attention. Dreams will require sacrifice. The world will constantly invite us to become distracted. In those moments, I hope we remember that love isn't sustained by finding more time. It is sustained by protecting the time we already have. I want to keep choosing you in the little moments. When you're excited to share an idea, I'll listen. When you're discouraged, I'll remind you of your strength. When you doubt yourself, I'll believe in you until you can believe in yourself again. When I stumble, I hope you'll reach for my hand instead of walking away. Because love isn't about carrying each other only when life feels light. It's about sharing the weight when life becomes heavy. The future will change us. We'll grow older. Our dreams may evolve. Our plans may shift in ways we never expected. But I hope one thing never changes: the quiet decision we make every day to remain on the same side, facing life's challenges together instead of facing each other. If we protect that promise, then no passing season, no unexpected hardship, and no amount of time will be able to erase what we've built. Our greatest achievement won't be a perfect life. It will be creating a life where both of us always know we are loved, respected, and chosen, again and again, with every new day that begins. Future wife, if there is one promise I hope never fades, it is this: no matter how much the world changes around us, I will never stop choosing us. Love isn't a decision made once on a wedding day. It is a quiet choice made over and over again, in ordinary mornings, difficult conversations, unexpected challenges, and peaceful evenings when life finally slows down. Home is not simply the place where we live. It is the place where we feel understood without needing to explain every emotion. It is where silence is comforting instead of awkward, where laughter heals what words cannot, and where two imperfect people become stronger because they refuse to give up on each other. I hope our relationship becomes a safe place in a noisy world, a place where honesty is welcomed, where mistakes become opportunities to grow, where forgiveness arrives before resentment has the chance to settle, where encouragement is spoken freely and appreciation is never taken for granted. The world can be unpredictable. There will always be things beyond our control, but the way we treat one another will always remain our choice. I choose patience over pride. I choose understanding over assumptions. I choose conversation over silence. I choose loyalty over convenience. And above all, I choose you, not only on the best days, but on the ordinary ones, because those ordinary days are what truly become a lifetime. I hope we never stop dreaming together. Maybe our dreams will change with time. Some will come true, others may not. But as long as we're walking in the same direction, every step will have meaning. Success isn't measured only by achievements. Sometimes it's found in knowing that no matter what happens outside our door, we have someone inside who believes in us completely. There will be moments when one of us feels weak. In those moments, the other can be strong. There will be days when one of us loses hope. That's when the other quietly carries the light until hope returns. Love isn't about never falling. It's about never letting each other stay on the ground alone. Years from now, when our hair has turned gray and our faces carry the gentle marks of time, I don't want to remember only the milestones. I want to remember the simple moments, the conversations that lasted late into the night, the laughter that echoed through our home, the quiet walks, the shared meals, the comforting hugs after difficult days, and the countless times we looked at each other with gratitude instead of certainty. Because in the end, life is not remembered by how many people we met, how much we owned, or how loudly the world applauded us. It is remembered by the hearts we protected, the promises we kept, and the love we chose to nurture every single day. So wherever you are today, keep believing that something beautiful is still making its way toward you. Keep becoming the person you're meant to be, and I'll keep becoming the person worthy of walking beside you. Out of 8 billion people, my heart will never search for perfection. It will search for the one soul that feels like home. And when that day finally comes, I'll look into your eyes with quiet certainty and know that after every road, every lesson, every season of waiting, I would still make the same choice. I would always choose you.